All right, welcome to day 17 of the guitar challenge. Let's just go ahead and get right into it. Let's just practice some chords. Just learning the basic chords right now. Let's just practice some major chords. G, C, E, G, 4, D, G. That B is hard because it's a bar. But so is F. So anyone out there who's just now picking up the guitar themselves, I hope they can stumble across my videos and, learn a thing or two. I'm just shooting straight live videos, so I'm not going back and doing editing and all of those things and making the video content, super high quality because it's just raw footage, right? I can't go back and do any editing or put, information on the screen or put up a little scale or the shapes of the notes. I can't really do any of that because it's straight live footage. But I hope if anyone ever wants to stumble across these videos, a beginner could listen in to what I'm saying, pick up a thing or two. And just not feel so bad that it does take time. I see all these people online posting these beginner videos, but yet they're experts, right? So it's like, come on now, the relatability isn't there anymore. D, A, and F sharp. Daff. Just getting that muscle memory practice in. Transitioning to and from various major chords. Trying to practice this bar. I know it's ringing out. Not sounding too perfect, but I'm trying to go. Actually, I was switching it up. I was doing a B minor there. I was kind of going off the major scale and going to the minor there. I was doing a B minor because it has the same shape as the F major with this middle finger down. So with the F major shape, you're kind of making with the middle ring and pinky fingers, you're kind of making that E shape, right? If you got an E major, it's like this. Slide everything down a half step and bar this. Now you got an F major. You went from an E major to an F major. But then when you go to a B minor, you're no longer playing the E major shape. You're playing the A minor shape because you're moving your fingers to the other strings, to the higher pitched strings. Man, it seems so simple. Every single thing is moving one string, but it's hard to keep the fingers to want to, stay in sync. So muscle memory, practice, practice, practice. We're at 17 days, so that's 17 hours worth of practice. And if you look back at how I was walking scales and how smoothly and quickly I was transitioning in between chords, you can see just in 17 hours, there's quite a bit of improvement. So we're not even at a full month, right? We're barely over half a month. We're at 17 days. We're at the beginning of the 17th day. It's crazy what just a little bit of focus, a little bit of time can actually do to someone's skill. That's with anything, right? Not just a guitar. If you read for an hour a day, if you focus on your budget and your finances for an hour a day, if you go to the gym and work out, or just even at the house, maybe you don't want to go to a gym, you don't like to be around people. Okay, perfectly fine. Why not drop in your living room and do some push-ups and sit-ups and mountain climbers and, some little home workout for an hour. And how more fit and healthy you'd be in, 30 days. Or if you did whatever. If you worked on your motorcycle or your car every single day, for an hour, after a month's time, you'd know your car. You'd know how to change the tire. You'd know how to, where to put the fluids in and certain things. If you wanted to know all the countries in the state, the country flags and things like that, if you just looked at the countries and the country flags every single day for an hour, or after 30 days, 30 hours, you'd have pretty good knowledge in your head of when you see certain flags hanging and on social medias and things like that. You'd be, oh yeah, that's that. I know that flag. And you'd be able to recall it more. There is no secret, right? Everyone likes to think that there's some secret that all the rich and famous people, super knowledgeable people have. It's like, no, they just really focused in, Paul Stamets, who, loves mushrooms. He's just super dialed in. He spent his whole life, every day he wakes up before he goes to bed, it's all about mushrooms. Musicians play their instruments from sun up to sundown. Elon Musk is working around the clock, in his various projects. People are just, the greats constantly do it, is what I'm trying to say. It's hard to play and talk at the same time. But there is no secret, right? The secret is do it a bunch. Do it a bunch in your head. Think about it a bunch. Solve problems. Think about things. Do it a bunch in your head. Do it a bunch in person. Practice it. Or turn the tools underneath the hood of your car. Or, whatever it is. Kick push on the skateboard. Physically do it as well as mentally do it as much as possible. And you will improve. Period. There's an entire movie out. Documentary movie. It's a remake. I think it's been out a couple different times over the years and done by different directors and stuff with little bits of twists and stuff. But the documentary is called The Secret. See, everyone likes to think that there's a secret. There's no secret. You just do it a bunch. Think about it a bunch. And it's easier said than done, I know, because of life. Life gets in the way. You have school and family and friends and careers and jobs and hobbies and passions and that's just all the up stuff, all the cool stuff, right? Family, friends, working, career, making money, doing hobbies, passionate stuff. That's all the uphill stuff. That's all the, but then obviously life's not always just a upward steady climb, right? It's a freaking roller coaster. So you're also dealing with with what life throws at you in terms of, all the pitfalls too. Getting a flat tire, hitting a pothole, sliding off the road and getting a little fender bender, or maybe completely totaling your car, or having school debt and credit card debt, and having to be able to balance the friends and the family and the hobbies and the, that doesn't come with nothing but positivity. That comes with burdens and things. So you're like, oh, well, now I got to put down this hobby to spend time with this person, or, whatever it might be. So, yeah, life can be challenging and tough. So I definitely understand. It's easier said than done. But that is the secret, right? The secret is to block out all that stuff, or not even necessarily block it out. Just somehow figure out a way to manage it all as best as you can while focusing on what you want the most. But a lot of people out there don't know what they want the most either. That's another big problem. That's been me for so many years. Been doing what's right by what society says to do. But in terms of my internal self, it's like, what do I really want to do though, right? So if you don't really know, it's kind of hard to dive into something and do it so many hours a day when you don't know what your calling is yet. Like a lot of things pull my interest. One thing pulls a ton of my interests and joys, right? Some people know from a kid they want to play guitar their whole life, right? Or know they're going to be a football player, going to be, a police officer, going to be a lawyer, whatever it might be. Some people know right away. Some people don't know for quite a while. But when you do find something fun, if I found the guitar to be fun, I start taking it more serious. I dive in. At least I finally am now. Because I do have a little bit more time. I'm spending it wisely. Trying to get better at something. All right. Now that I've been bouncing, kind of warming up the hands, right? Let me do some talking while I stretch. Sometimes it's hard to talk and play at the same time. So next, since we've been bouncing from some of the major chords, we're going to now, let me raise this up so I can get a little closer to the camera. All right, so now we're going to still do the major chords, but instead of just bouncing, I'm going to mentally be thinking about, okay, when I make the C chord, okay, I know what to do with my hands and how to, bend them or whatever. I'm getting more comfortable with that. But what notes am I actually ringing out when I'm playing a C chord or a G chord or a D chord or whatever, chord you're playing? What notes are you actually ringing out? So let me continue stretching just for a split second. I like to do these drills where I just kind of stretch my fingers back, all of them individually, then all of them two at a time, and then sometimes like three at a time. So just do different, bending exercises to stretch them. Go sideways. You can stretch out these as well, both hands. Okay, do some wrist rotations. Do all four of them at the same time also, because that really pulls in the wrist and forearm. When you do them kind of individually or two at a time, it's mostly in the finger. But when you start getting all four of them at the same time, that really gets into the wrist. So, all right. So now that we've done the major chords, we're going to stick with the major chords. But first I was mentally thinking about, the transition and getting my fingers in the right placement. Well, now I'm going to basically same thing, but mentally be thinking about what notes I'm ringing out. And again, I kind of always point this out in my videos. I clearly, obviously, use these stickers, so it does make it a little easier for a novice, for a beginner like myself. And those mostly probably watching these videos back are probably beginners. So I think the stickers are a great help. And so, for example, like when I look down, okay, I got the C shape, right? And now I can kind of see the stickers below them. And now I know in my head, oh yeah, there's C and G, C and E notes. And then it doesn't look like my finger is on a G note because it's not. But this third string here is an open G. So technically, there are C, E, and G notes that ring out when you play a C chord. So now I'm just thinking, when I go to the different ones, what are the notes? G chord. Obviously a G, but what else? What are the other two notes? B and D. Right? You got the open D here. Open G here. Open B here. B, G, B. G, B, D. Whatever word you want to say it in. All right, D. D, A, F sharp. E. E, B, G sharp. G. G, B, D. D. D, A, F sharp. A. A, C sharp, E. G, B, D. D, A, F sharp. E, B, G sharp. F, A, C. G, B, D. A, C sharp, E. B, F sharp, and D sharp. C, C, E, G. D, D, A, F sharp. E, B, G sharp. F, A, C. G, B, D. B major is the weird one. So you got B, then you got two sharps. You got F sharp and D sharp. Getting hungry. Want some food after this. C sharp, E. Right, so kind of as I strum, I'm doing 3 strums and I'm saying each letter of the chord, each note of the chord. So I got A, so it's A, C sharp, E, B, F sharp, D sharp, C, E, G, D, A, F sharp, E, B, G sharp, F, A, C, G, B, D, A, C sharp, E, B, F sharp, D sharp, C, E, G, D, A, F sharp, E, B, G sharp, F, A, C, G, B, D, A, C sharp, E, B, F sharp, D sharp, C, E, G, D, A, F sharp, E, B, G sharp, F, A, C, G, E, D, A, C sharp, E, B, F sharp, D sharp, C, E, G, D, A, F sharp, E, B, G sharp, F, A, C, G, E, D, A, C sharp, E, B, G sharp, D sharp, C, E, G, D, A, F sharp, E, B, G sharp, F, A, C, G, E, D, A, C sharp, E, B, F sharp, D sharp, C, E, G, D, A, F sharp, E, B, G sharp, F, A, C, G, B, D, A, C sharp, E, B, F sharp, D sharp, C, E, G, D, A, F sharp, E, E, G sharp, F, A, C, G, G, G. So just saying that repetitively over and over and again in my head to, imprint it in my mind, find a storage space in the brain, so that way you can hopefully recall it in the future. So yes, after one short little practice there of 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes of that, if I never ever did it again, probably wouldn't remember them, right? You got to do things multiple times for it to truly, truly, truly stay up there. So that's another drill that can be practiced. Now going to do the same things that I've been doing, but switching it to the minor chords, right? We want to practice the major chords, but we also want to practice the minor chords. So going into the minors, we've got A minor. First, just practice getting in the transition to and from, getting to them and moving away from them relatively quickly and smoothly. We won't worry about what notes are in there just yet. Let's just warm up and kind of get used to what the positions of the minor chords feel like. Bar, B minor, bar, C minor, D minor, E minor, F minor with bar, G minor with a bar, A minor, B minor, major. Minor. There's so many bar chords in a minor. Nasty ring out. Get a sip. Sip of Meusha of my tea. Alrighty. Minors, that's where we're at. Practicing the minors. Get off the majors and practice the minors. Be mindful. Come on. Just practicing the same thing. I know it's boring, but it really allows you to understand what you need to do with your forearm, what you need to do with your elbow and your wrist, and how far to be, away from the neck or flared out. So all of this little repetition and kind of annoying stuff and boring stuff is very, very, very important. I'm just doing it live, recording myself, whereas obviously many, many guitarists do this in their dark dungeons and no one hears or sees this. But everyone is in this stage. I promise you. At some point. Now they might be faster, right? At day 17, they might already be, who knows, doing what and how smooth. But then again, that's somebody else. That's not me. So who cares what they're doing? But you can figure out all these little nuances and micro adjustments that need to be made. So this boring stuff, it's very important that you rep through it. Whether you're by yourself or you're around friends and family who you're comfortable, kind of sounding poorly in front of, it's the process, right? Not every single thing has to be perfect, though. See? That doesn't sound perfect, but if I was going quick, you wouldn't be able to hear every little, mistake. So don't think that, oh, well, until I can get this to arpeggiate out perfectly, I can't even play the full chord. No, just play it. Play it messed up. It's fine. And you'll start to understand and feel, okay, that's where I need to make a micro adjustment. Oh, okay, that's where I need to make a micro adjustment. Okay, so now that we've kind of been trying our best to keep mixing in some majors there every now and then, but trying to stay with the minor chords only. D, E, F, G. All right, now we're going to try to, again, recall what notes are actually being played, what notes are actually being fretted and ringing out in these minor shapes, in these minor chords. So we have A, but it's a minor. So before it was A, C sharp, E. But with A minor, it's A regular C, E. So it just spells ace. So A minor is the ace. A major is the weird ace. That's how I kind of like to think of it. Yeah, it's a major, but it's kind of a weird major. Okay, now sliding down to B minor. All right, what's ringing out here on the B minor? So we got the B, we got the F sharp, and a D. So for B minor, we've got B, obviously, then F sharp and D. Then for C, let me scroll on my notes over here. All right, yeah. There we go. So for A minor, it's the ace. B minor, B, D, and F sharp. C major, everything slides a whole or a half step. We got C, D sharp, or okay, C, E flat, because remember it's seg, C, E, G, but the E falls flat, so it's C, E flat, G. And then D, remember it was D, A, F sharp before, but now it's D, A, F. And then for E, we got B and a G. Beg, B, E, G. So the E minor is the beg chord. So then you go to F minor. F, A flat. Yeah, F, A flat, C. Remember it's face, F, A, C for F major. F minor, you gotta remove this middle finger. And then once you remove the middle finger, it's not A that's ringing out anymore, it's A flat that's ringing out. So you got F, A flat, C. Slide down to G. You got G, D, and B flat. So that B falls flat. So now repping it through a little quicker pace, trying to be mindful of what is actually being rung out. And 3 strings saying the notes. A, C, E. B chord, B, F sharp, D. C minor, C, G, E flat. D minor, D, A, F. E minor, E, B, A flat. Or D, sorry. G. E minor is E, B, G. E, B, G. F, A flat, C. G minor, B flat, D. A minor, ace, A, C, D. B minor, B, G sharp, or F sharp, D. C minor, C, G, E flat. It's terrible. It's sounding terrible, but just gotta get through the process, right? D. So, D, A, F. E chord. E, B, G, 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 G. F chord. F, A flat, C. G chord. G, E flat, D. A minor chord. A, C, E. E minor chord. B, F sharp, D. C minor chord, C, G, E flat, C, G, B flat. D minor chord, D, A, F. E minor chord, E, B, G flat, G, C, B, E, G. F minor chord, F, A, flat, C. G minor chord, G, B flat, D. Cool, so just repping that over and over and over again in your head. Clearly I need some more practice on it as well. But yeah, that's all the major and minor chords, and just kind of trying to not only get the position right and have the muscle memory down, but also have the knowledge in the head to know that, okay, yeah, it's not just a G chord, but it's made up of notes that are G's, B's, and D's, for example. Putting the muscle memory and the knowledge together. Now I'm going to be in my head here for the last probably like 12 minutes or so, but I'm still doing the same thing, right? I'm just trying to be more, it's hard to speak and play the guitar at the same time. So I'm just going to be mindful in my head, but I'm going to be saying, you know, whatever chord I'm playing, I'll be saying the 3 notes in my head. So whether it's a major or a minor chord, I'm just kind of free flowing between them all. What is a B note again? B. Wow. I'm going to take a little seat here for the last few minutes. Same thing though, just taking a seat. If you don't practice sitting and standing, it can be quite a change. I hadn't really practiced standing up much ever until I started recording myself on YouTube. So before that, I had, just a couple hours of practice here or there, but I was always sitting, and I tried to stand up, and I was like, whoa, this is a whole nother game. Even what I thought I was getting somewhat comfortable at, once I stood up, oh man, it was like having to relearn it. So try to practice standing and sitting when you can. So I know I haven't been talking a whole lot here the last couple minutes, but I'm trying to be really mindful of what notes I'm actually ringing out here when I'm playing A chords and minor chords. So I've been really thinking instead of just playing. I've been really concentrating and thinking. So appreciate you guys bearing with me and understanding that. I've got a lot of chord practice in today. Pretty much just did chord practice the whole time. Started with the majors, practicing the transition from random chords to random chords. Then we got into understanding what notes are actually ringing out when you play those major chords. Then we went into the minor chords. Just kind of bounced around anywhere we wanted on the minor chords until we moved into then figuring out what notes are actually ringing out when you play those minor chords. Just like we did for the majors. So that's some good chord practice for the day. I appreciate you guys for joining me. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. I would greatly appreciate that. And leave a comment below to get the community talking. That would greatly be appreciated. So thank you all so much for the day. That's day 17. That's a wrap. And I'll see you next time. I appreciate it. Love you guys. I'm out. See ya.